chapter 9, verse 6. They say like this. Let's read together. This is just one verse, all right? Okay. 1, 2, 3. For to us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government will be on his shoulders, and he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Thank you. To me, I think what Isaiah said here in this particular words is actually, in a way, is a quote-unquote job description of Jesus Christ. So it tells, it's not just about telling us the coming of Jesus, but it talks about what Jesus is going to do, who this child is or going to be. Of Jesus Christ, I think we need to know a bit more about what Jesus Christ is supposed to accomplish, what his life mission is on earth, so to help us to understand better how we should live out our Christian life. So let's have a look at the first part of verse 6. Okay, so Jesus' job. So here it said, for to us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government will be on his shoulders. Right? 2 times Isaiah said, to us. So this is a child, this is a person, this Jesus is for us, for every one of us. So not just for his own sake coming here. It's just like we go on a holiday, we go to wherever, to a country. We go there, we enjoy the historical thing or the sun and beach or whatever, the food and all those. It's not just, but Jesus came to the world. It's for us, not for himself, not for God. It's for us. Okay, so this is important. And here is talk about a child is born. So a child, Jesus is going to be born. A son is given. The government here in the original language is emperor. So it's a king. It's a ruler. Okay, so the ruling role will be on his shoulder. So which means he's going to rule the world or to rule something. All right. And one thing very interesting is the word a son. The word son here is actually not just a son. Okay, we have children, right? So it's not just about our next generation, our so-called, the offspring or whatever. The word here, son, actually means also the builder of a family. Then we go back to the Old Testament. Remember Adam. He's the father of everyone. In flesh, right? So he built a family, the world. And then you remember Abraham. He's called to build a nation, right? So this Jesus is called to build a family, to build a kingdom. So it's about the kingdom and the king. So Jesus is the king, and his job is to build a kingdom. All right. So there are 2 questions come along with this. So what kind of king Jesus is, and what kind of kingdom it should be, or it will look like. So let's move to the second part of verse 6. Okay, so here Isaiah used four or named Jesus under four different roles or like characters. All right, so the four sort of names are Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Wonderful Counselor. Counselor means guidance, advisor. And wonderful here means miracles, unusual. This child, Jesus, is going to be a very unique counselor, unique advisor. It reflects the character of God, who is all-knowing. He is the source of all wisdom. He knows all the strategies. He knows everything. Right? And then the second role Jesus is going to play is the mighty God. Mighty here means champion, chief, excellent. And God here actually refers to the God of gods, the superpower. So what mighty God means is actually this is the only true God, the all-powerful God. Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God. These two characteristics of Jesus Christ. This is going to be the King. And this should be the King that we can depend on, we can rely on, and we have to look up to, right? Because he got all the wisdom. And he got all the power. If you want to follow a king or follow a leader, we want to follow a person, a leader, who has all the wisdom, who has all the power that we can lean on, we can learn from, we can seek help, right? So this is the one true King. Then what about Everlasting Father? Everlasting, eternal. In Revelation chapter 1, verse 8, John described God as the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. Right? So he will always be there. And Father is ancestor. So going back to the word son, we talk about Adam, right? Abraham in the Old Testament. But here, Father, the use of the word Father kind of create a bit more connection with us, right? Especially we are not Jews, or at least most of us, we are not Jews, right? But this Father, this God is a Father where we have, which means we have a kind of kinship, a family relationship with. So we are the children of God. We're the children of Jesus. And if he's the king, then what does it mean to us? We are not just a normal citizen in his kingdom, but we are the prince and the princess. So we are going to join him in ruling the kingdom. So we have a very special role in his kingdom as well. We have privileges to him. And we have a very important role. We are part of the royal family in this kingdom. Then the fourth title Isaiah gave to Jesus is Prince of Peace. What does it mean? Peace in the Hebrew word is shalom. Shalom is about prosperity in all these different aspects. And simple put is, we have good, healthy relationship with God, with other people, with ourselves, with the rest of God's creation. So this is the Shalom stage that we are. The prince is something which we have to go a bit backward to the ancient time. Not the prince like prince today. Today's prince are more like a representative of the royal families, right? Or of the country as well. But in the old time, going back to the Old Testament time, you remember King David and the rest of many of the kings in Israel and Judah, right? The king and the princes are the people who have to lead the army to go into battle. The king and the princes are not just staying in the palace enjoying life. They have to risk their life to protect the country, to fight for the country. So this should be the way how we interpret the prince here in this verse. So which means Jesus is going to be the general of an army. Okay, so he's the general, he's the captain to lead his people to fight for what? Fight for Shalom. To fight for peace. So if we put all these four names together, I hope you can kind of start kind of projecting what kind of king, what kind of kingdom it will look like. It looks like it should be, right? So Jesus is the king who has all the wisdom, the power, a king who will fight for Shalom, fight for peace, who want to build his kingdom with peace and for peace. And Jesus will be the king forever and ever. Okay, we got the best king. If you got the best king, you got the best kingdom, right? And now what's important is this king and kingdom, what does it mean to me, to us? Okay, what I have said over the last, 20 minutes, you can totally forget. You don't need to remember. What you need to remember, I think the takeaway of today is only 3 points. One is, Jesus is the true king, the everlasting king. He's building a kingdom. And he wants us to be not just being part of his kingdom. He wants us to participate in building his kingdom. His kingdom has already arrived, but it's not yet been fully built up. It's still work in progress, still under construction. So our role as follower of Jesus Christ, as member of the kingdom, we need to contribute to keep building this kingdom by sharing this good news, by bringing peace to this world, serving people who are in need, serving people who are suffering, addressing issues that are not justice. So this Jesus' kingdom is, in a theological term, we call it already but not yet, right? So it's already here, but not yet fully constructed, fully developed, right? So in building this kingdom, there will progress, but there will also be setback. Last week, John from Open Doors talked about the persecuted church, right? There are a lot of setbacks. Those are setbacks. We make those, it looks like in those battlefield, we are losing ground on some of it as well. But on the other hand, we've heard good news as well, that there are progress, there are improvements, there are achievements in the kingdom. I was in Indonesia a couple of weeks ago, so I went and visited the church in a Muslim village. This church is led by a lady pastor. She just joined the church about 3 years ago, so pastoring for about 3 years. So membership is about maybe 30 people, 40 people, max. All right. So it has been, I mean, imagine, I think, being a small, very small church in a Muslim village, Muslim community. So it's never easy. But the church has been working so hard to reach out to the neighborhoods. They do home visits. All this. I mean, the people in the village are very grassroots people. They have very, very minimum income. But the pastor encouraged the church members to give 1,000 rupiah. 1,000 rupiah is the minimum value of a note in Indonesia. So which is about maybe 1p or maybe even less than 1p. Right? So they encourage the members to give. She bought a piggy bank and put it in the church. They encourage them to donate 1,000 rupiah every Sunday. Of course, I mean, not all of them can do it, but after a year or so, they're able to have sufficient money to do a little bit of repairment of the church building. And after that, they're able to run some children's work for the whole village, not just for the kids from the Christian families, but for the whole village. So they start reaching out. They do home visits to the neighbors, especially those who, like during the COVID time, who got sick. So slowly, bit by bit, they build a very good relationship in the community. And last year, Christmas, they ran a Christmas party. And the neighbors, the Muslim, came to the church to join the Christmas party. And they're going to do it this year as well. So this is, we see, I think this is something which is very encouraging when we heard about all these stories. So this is how we can contribute to building Jesus' kingdom on earth. Right? So in closing, I would just want to encourage each of us and myself as well to keep reflecting while we celebrate Christmas, but also at the same time reflect on what more we can do to help, to participate in this kingdom building project. This is a big project, very, very big project. No one of us can accomplish this mission, but with God and also with unity among us, among the churches, we are able to do that. Let's keep encouraging ourselves, and I would like to sing a song